Welcome to my review of 75362, or Ahsoka's T6 Jedi Interceptor. I did release August 1st of 2023. So it's been out for over a year, so you're seeing some really good deals on it, which is kind of why I picked it up. Personally, I did pick it up at Brick Slopes up in New Orleans, Utah, a LEGO convention that I have been going to. This is my second year, and I got a really good deal on this. So I'm not happy. I think I paid like $55 or $60 for it. I don't really remember. But like I said, it was released August 1st of 23. Is for ages 9 and up. Does have 599 pieces, come with 4 minifigure, and released at $80. And we'll talk about all the kind of details much later in the video. So make sure you stay tuned in and watching all the way to the end. This is as seen in the Ahsoka show. This was the ship that we used primarily through all 8 episodes. And say what you will about that show, is I know it was a mixed bag. Personally, I kind of liked it. For the most part, it wasn't without issues though. But we're not here to review that show. We're here to review the Lego set and how accurate it is to that show. So, it does come with, like I said, the 4 minifigures being Ahsoka, Huyang, Sabine, and Marok, which didn't really play that big of a role. And I have some thoughts on him as well. But let's kind of get it. So this is Ahsoka's gray look, uniform, Jedi robes, whatever you want to call it. This is kind of before she kind of makes her transition in the world between worlds into Ahsoka the White. I mean, because she is, Dave Filoni kind of wrote her much like a Gandalf kind of character, and she kind of became from young to and grew into like Gandalf the Grey or Ahsoka the Grey into Ahsoka the White, and that's kind of where the show took her. And so the minifigure form kind of matches that. So we did get Ahsoka the White this year in August of 24 with that Battle on Peridia set that I still haven't got my hands on, but I definitely want to. I definitely feel like LEGO left no stone unturned with her printing. It's just so good. Like, probably the best printed figure in this set. Really not missing anything. I don't really feel like she's missing much. No figure is perfect in here. But let's get onto it. Her legs. We're going to start with her legs. She's got some amazing toe printing, and then the details of just lines and belt patterns going up her legs. And there's this, I really love a seamless minifigure. And LEGO's been doing this more. But you get a seamless print that runs right into the torso where you can barely tell, because of the printing, that there is a connection of how LEGO works. There's a connection piece. Not really a connection piece, but like the 2 pieces attached together. And if the print is so good that the line that would be there because you're attaching 2 pieces disappears, that means it's a really good print. And that's kind of what I'm talking about when I'm talking seamless. And I really like how seamless it is. Continue on, the torso print looks really good. You have the different layers of robes in there. You got the belt that she wears as well. Looks really good. The backside has more of the backside of the belt, and then you got the racer back that she kind of wears in this. I mean, she also kind of wears a little bit of a cloak at times. Unfortunately, the set does not come with that. And her face does a really good job. It does look like a generic Ahsoka face. I don't want to say generic, but it looks like Ahsoka. And not necessarily, like, the color seems to be the same as we've gotten in previous versions. It doesn't have a lot that is making it look different as a Rosario Dawson versus the voiced cartoon version from Ashley Eckstein. But with that said, I really like how she turned out. And then she's got some amazing arm printing with different, she's got blue comlink wrist that prints and melds into the gray sleeve that has little patterns on it as well, and leaving her shoulder kind of exposed. It's the same on both sides. And then you got the Liku there. That is what her head tail piece is called. And it looks really good. You got the changing of, I don't remember, so someone who's a super nerd knows a lot more than me. I don't remember what the headband piece is called, if it has a special name. But you got the updated version as it appears in this Ahsoka show. And she is carrying her white lightsabers. In this case, they're kind of clear. That's the piece that LEGO uses for her. I think it works. A solid white wouldn't have worked really well. It needs to be translucent, so clear was the best move. And they do seem kind of frosted, as LEGO's been using the more frosted pieces the past like 5 years. I do think the big miss on her is the lightsaber handles. They use generic. LEGO has previously used her Rebels handles, which are the handles that she uses in the Ahsoka show. So I think that would have been a piece that they should have remade here. Like, they made it 10 years ago. I think that it was like, really, you should have been able to do that. And whether you need to remold it or not, I don't know LEGO's process on that. Next up we have Huang, and I think he looks really good. Again, doing the same pattern, starting bottom to top. Legs look really good. All kinds of different detail, toe printing, and then he's got the printed on skirt piece. Now, of course, I do think that he should have used a cloth piece. I've got a lot of thoughts on him, and I'm going to share them after I get through the figure, what other options you had with Huang. So, and then his torso looks really good. You got the exposed wires in there, his little crystal component that he had, and just, he looks really good. And then his head is very well printed. He's got the little light. It's a brand new mold that looks very, very good. This is also a figure that I've wanted since Clone Wars Season 5. I've really wanted this figure. His backside, he's got the backpack on there, which I kind of think should have been brick built. I'm always a component for printed pieces, and give us printed pieces over stickers any day of the week. I'm right there raising my hand saying, give us this. But in this case, because I feel like the functionality of the backpack, he's got the extra arms, he's got, adding in some droid arms into some kind of clip. Like if you have a 1x2 clip that fits on the middle of this, that has little closed end brackets that you can connect droid arms to, that can fold behind him. Not working perfectly would have maybe better choice, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should Huang have a more brick built or this printed backpack? And if you take off the backpack, he does have some back printing. Of course, with the backpack on, you can see his lower back and exposed wires. Then you get more of his droid parts kind of printed on. Now, I feel like with him, like I said, he could have used a skirt piece. I also feel like just his character is like a combination between a battle droid and a C-3PO. And I don't feel like that the minifigure form exactly fits it. I think minifigure top and droid bottom. But like, I kind of want the droid legs to be separate so it can move and fight. So maybe this is the lesser of the two evils. I don't know. But I almost think kind of creating a leg piece that can connect into a minifigure body that has the droid legs may have been the move to make. Like, if you create brackets that can connect to and then redesign droid legs, maybe that's what we do. I don't know. Again, like, I want to hear all your thoughts on these minifigures, but we're going to keep it on. We have Sabine, which has so much going for her. I don't know where to put everything. She has her purple hair, as appears. Yeah, she started off with long hair, cut it, and it was purple. And she does have a lot of accessories, but we'll go over that in a little bit. We'll start off with just taking a good look at her. She's got her nice updated Mandalorian armor, the purple and orange in there, and then her, I don't know what type of breastplate steel that she's using here. She got some really nice leg printing with the holsters printed on for her pistols, and then the lightsaber clip for her Ezra's lightsaber, and then you have her knee pads in there as well. She is missing some arm printing that I think clearly she really could have used here. And her back, more of that orange, and she got some browns, and then her belts on the back. Now, like I said, she does have lots of accessories. She does have the 2 Mandalorian pistols, Ezra's lightsaber, and then you can take off her hair and put on her Mandalorian helmet, which I forgot to attach. Then course, the set does come with a nice bag of accessories, which you only need the one antenna for, but you can attach that. And she doesn't have a jetpack or anything, which isn't really used in the show. She has previously used a jetpack before, but not necessarily including here. The last minifigure is Marok, who has some pretty good printing. He has a chest piece there. I'm going to take that off so you can kind of see his printing. But his printing on his chest is very similar to his torso. That's what Lego has done with all the Inquisitors, which he's like an Inquisitor brought back to life, I guess. He's got some really good, I like his gunmetal gray going on here as well. Gunmetal gray really works here. He's got really nice leg printing that goes all the way up into his torso, pretty seamless. I like the black hip piece that kind of works into the printing of the torso without printing those hips. It makes it feel seamless. You got the T, which I don't understand necessarily why there's a T on there, but it looks really good. You got different bits of rust and going on his armor, but it still looks good. And you put on his shoulder piece, and then his head is black. Now I feel like, maybe it was a spoiler that he would have died to use a green head, but I feel like if Lego had created just a solid lime witch mist kind of green head for him, and he's got a really cool helmet. Like, Lego is making these really interesting villains with really cool helmets, and you just like them for the helmet. And Marok's kind of like that. Then he does have the helicopter bladed Inquisitor lightsaber that I really like here. But now we gotta go over the ship. Now there's a lot of things here, and I'm gonna start off right up with the cockpit, which you can open up. It has a really accurate printed piece there, but again, one of the things with this is it feels like a budget, really like a budget version of the D-Stick. It's not really the full version, but it's scaled with the smaller scale Lego's been doing to make sets more affordable, which I get. But I really want bigger sets. Now, I'm not someone who can go out and spend more money than Lego is already charging. But at the same time, I don't know that I'm super happy with really teeny tiny ships. And this set only being able to fit one minifigure, which I'll talk about more on the pros and cons. But if you fit Huang, the cockpit doesn't quite close all the way. So you can't quite recreate the opening scene of Ahsoka, which is kind of a bummer. Because that was a cool scene. I like that. Am I missing it? Yeah. You have a really cool feature with being able to rotate the wings, and it looks really good this way. Now the one problem with the wings is that the pattern does not complete on the back side. And you're paying $80 for this to not have that. I think this was a set that I'm very happy that I waited on. I think getting a very good deal on it is a plus. But the question I have to ask, is this worth the $80? Which, again, I will answer by the end. On the back side, you get the turret, you get some nice engines, and then you get the keel, is what I'm going to call this, because it's designed kind of like reminding me of a boat, in a way. And it matches kind of what you got. And you got the landing gears, kind of with these little wing pieces that fold out to give you some stability when displaying your ship just flat. Although it doesn't work perfectly every time. You kind of have to put them a little more forward than straight so that it supports that. And then the sides open up where you can store Sabine's extra blasters. There's a little crate that has a tool for Huang. It looks like there's a bed in there, but you can't really put a minifigure in there. No other minifigures fit in here. You can put one minifigure. Oh, and you also have the stud screws on the front of the ship. The backside has lots of greaving. On this wing, these pieces almost look like turrets because they're using the same piece as the turret. And I don't remember there being turrets on the back of the wing, but maybe I'm wrong. And then you got 6 stickers, and 2 of them are on the top here, being that little door that Ahsoka uses to fight off the ships from her ship, which you can recreate. Like there isn't like a lot going on for this ship per se. I feel like that I should be talking more for everything going on, but there really isn't. You can rotate the wings. It's missing some stuff on the back. Like overall, like really there isn't too much. But I want to discuss kind of pros and cons. We're going to discuss pros first, and really a small budget. $80 is. It's hard for me to say that $80 is a budget. Really, this feels like a budget set, which in when a lot of us are spending less on Lego and hobbies, I think that that's a good thing. But is $80 really a budget price? Which is why I kind of with price, it's an okay price. It's not. I'm putting in the cons, but I'm also putting in the pros. And you got rotating wings. You got 4 excellent minifigures, and the minifigures really carry this set. Their value alone, kind of, if you were to sell them off, would make up the value of the set. Cons is that it's too small. I really think that over $100, kind of get into that 1,000-piece build, and you have a much better set. A new molded cockpit that kind of fits at least 2 minifigures. A bigger interior where you can put the rest of your minifigures inside, I think would be more of what I would have wanted. It is missing the pattern on the top of the wings, continuing in perfect unison underneath. But that would make the wings a little bit thicker. But you could have done something like with the Mandalorian fighter and do something there. Yeah, only being able to hold 1 minifigure, and then it's like $20 to $30 overpriced at retail value, in my opinion. I think really dropping it, $30 or $40 is a much better deal. But I want to hear what you think right down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like. And if you're new here, consider subscribing down below. And if you want to know whether you should pick up the Ghost, I got a review right over here for you. You can go ahead and click that in 30 seconds. Until next time, I'll see you later.